I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And today isn't it a tongue-in-cheek, satirical rant about an apocalypse that will never happen? Nope. Today, we should all be changing our undershorts because Ebola is on the move, and it's a disease that will make your liquefied organs end up in your undershorts. That's right, people. That little mutant Q-shaped bug that we have kept in Africa finally got a first-class ticket and ended up in the redneck heartland, Dallas, Texas. That's right. Texas, no less a place where Kennedy was shot, the first 7-Eleven opened, killing countless people with the crap snack items filled with sugar and rat parts, and now Ebola. How the hell did Ebola make it to the States? How the hell did the hospital let a man who said he was in an Ebola hotspot, who had all the Ebola symptoms except for his liver turning to goo, yet instead of locking him in a hermetically sealed bubble and filling that bubble with bleach, then taking that bubble to the desert and abandoning this guy with a Big Mac and a Bible, instead they gave him some penicillin and let him back into the world as the Johnny Appleseed of death. So he still has Ebola, but his bronchitis is cleared up. Had the hospital been aware there was an Ebola outbreak in Liberia, or had they just watched the fucking news, we could have avoided this. So the contact point of the plague that could end the world as we know it is in the dead center of the most powerful nation on earth. Now, I'm not a big conspiracy guy at all. I believe that people start believing in conspiracies when they are too safe. People in Iraq or Liberia or Ukraine are not thinking about aliens or Area 51 or fluoride in the water. They are trying to save their and their families' asses. But this one, we knew we had a huge outbreak in Africa, yet we let planes from Africa fly into the U.S. We know this disease kills 70 to 80% of people exposed to it, yet we are sending thousands of troops to fight Ebola. How the hell can you fight Ebola? Our country can't build a website, fix a bridge, or find a plane that crashed in the ocean, yet we're going to send troops to find something worse than any typhoid-filled Mexican sewer milkshake? You know, if you've read Stephen King's The Stand, you got to get a little bit of a chill. So what do? Well, I say we stock up on water, weapons, and disinfectant wipes, because things could get a little Ebola licious in the next 6 months. Oh, yeah. And don't lick the sweat off anyone from Liberia. That one's for free, people. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Hello, everybody. Christopher Titus. Welcome to Ebola America. We are hemorrhaging red, white, and blue over on this side of the world. Stop it. That's not even funny to me. With me, as always, to the right, the lovely Bombshell Rae.
What's up, people?
And to the left, the luscious.
To the left.
Willie Jello Johnson.
Because there's always room for Jello.
I know that's your catchphrase. You have to say it all the time.
I want to try to sell more T-shirts. That's why. Except I got in a lawsuit, man, with the Jello people because they say I sell too many T-shirts. Hey, there's always room for Jello. So I got to change it. Now it's Jello. That's what the new T-shirts say. There's always room for Jello.
Where do you sell these shirts?
3rd and Western. You remember?
That's right. You know where he is. So, great. So here's some problems. We have some problems in the country right now. ISIS, not bad enough. Taliban, we leave Iraq. ISIS comes in, destroys things. And then, we start hearing about Ebola in Africa. Ebola's in Africa, yeah. Well, you know what? There's always a little bit of Ebola in Africa. It's always like having a little piece of crust in your eye.
It's a whisper. It's a whisper of Ebola.
There's always a whisper of Ebola in Africa. There's always a couple people that got isolated. We always hear about it every couple of months. Again, like the crust in your eye, you just got to wipe it out. And that's what happens. They wipe out a little crust in your eye, and the world moves on. Well, this time, we have an eye infection. We got pink eye, and it flew to America. Except it's the pink eye that will make you crap out your spleen. I don't understand. In all the time I've been on the planet, I've seen some things that I go, okay, that seems kind of weird. Doesn't it seem weird to anybody at all that the first U.S. case of Ebola is in dead center in Dallas?
No.
Yeah, because that's the government going to try to kill all of us. That's what happened. See, right now we're using up all the resources, man. We're using up this, we're using up that, we're using up everything. And what happened is the government saying, well, we need to kill off some of these people.
You think that's it for real?
Hell yeah. They've been trying to do it for years. Don't you remember the euthanasia programs they used to do on black people?
The what?
I think it's called euthanasia.
I mean, eugenics?
Yeah, that's what I said. Euphemogenics. Now, the Euphemogenics project, they basically what they were doing. Remember, they were trying all these diseases on black people. Remember, they did that thing. They would pay them to come in. They shoot them full of smallpox, or they shoot them full of some other crap, and then next thing you know, people dead.
Yeah. And your point is?
Well, now this is just a much bigger experiment. That's what it is, man. This is a countrywide experiment in death.
I don't think Texas is in the middle of the country. Like, I think when people are conspiracy theorists, they'll make anything fit. I would argue,
Look
like maybe
at a map. Where's the middle of the country to
like
you?
maybe Kansas or Missouri or somewhere like right in the middle. But if
Look
it were
at
in
it.
California, you'd
Bring
say
a map
that's
up.
because that's the farm capital, commerce capital.
If you look at the dead center, look at dead center Dallas of all the cities.
Are you counting
Dallas.
Mexico and South America?
I'm just counting the country. It's pretty much dead center of the country, within a couple, maybe 500 miles. And Dallas has all the feeder roads go directly out to every other part of the country.
That's weird because most cities' roads go out.
If you just look at a map.
I just want
Everybody pull up a map of Dallas and you tell me I'm insane. That's fine.
I'm worried about your conspiracy is coming back.
You may be worried when you start crapping out your aorta.
I will definitely be worried when that happens.
When your aorta is vaporizing and liquefying in your chest, and you're like, my eyes are bright red, and
I'm gonna get a little grumpy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be dressed in my plastic suit with my goggles on and going, here's some more water. You got to drink more water. If you drink more water and have an orange, you'll be fine.
You're still gonna be with me?
I'll hang out to you. I will hang out to you liquefy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will not. I will be gone long before that. I will be up in the hills where black people don't go, and I will be living there with a shotgun and many power bars. That's what I'm gonna live on, power bars and a shotgun.
Really? That's your whole plan?
Well, what you got?
You might need water.
Yeah, you're going to stay with her, man. Watch her liquefy. Well, I'm going to be up in the mountains. I'll bring some water. That's a good idea. Power bars, water, and a shotgun. That's all I really need.
All right. I think his, weirdly enough, when I see all these preppers getting ready for the end, for the craziness, and I hear him just go, power bars, water, and a shotgun. Yeah, I'm in. I mean, that's pretty much it. You could probably survive for quite a while off power bars, water, and a shotgun.
I love that this dude who's Liberian.
Yep.
And
give us this whole story. What the hell happened here?
It's amazing to me that he comes in, like we're already in an Ebola scare.
It's been on the news for like 3-4 weeks.
We
5
already
weeks.
had the other people.
We're doing a countdown.
Come back.
Right. There's thousands of people dying
Liberia
in Africa.
It's hugely popular right now.
It's like a popular disco of death. It's like there's just a line around the block for death right there.
And this guy comes into the hospital and he says, "Hello."
I just come back from Liberia and I don't feel good. I don't feel very good in my tummy.
Have you tried Robitussin?
And they handed his ass some antibiotics.
Don't call us. We're busy. We're trying to handle people that are really sick.
Yeah.
But I just came back
we're
from Liberia.
Texas. We don't talk to Liberians.
Like,
aren't you terrorists? Gaddafi used to work for you, right? You used to do Gaddafi used to be your president. That's how Texas.
Yeah. I know. I just like to watch you do an awesome Southern accent.
You get offended. You actually get
Sometimes
offended.
I do. Sometimes I'm like, that's not what we sound like.
Yeah, it is. You all sound like that. By the way, even if you ain't doing an accent, you sound like you were doing an accent. That's how bad you guys are. Like every black person just hear. That's all we hear, man.
Anyway, I don't know. He was wearing a flashing warning sign suit. It was so obvious,
right.
But she sends him away and lets him go and spit on a bunch of other people.
Like the only thing I have Ebola T-shirt is the only thing he didn't really have on as a warning sign.
Right, and I think he did.
Yeah,
he
did.
Yeah, but she couldn't read. She's just a nurse in Texas. So So I was reading because they were saying nobody needs to be worried. Nobody panic, that you can't get it from coughing and sneezing because this doctor is quoted as saying you'd have to actually put your hand in a person's mouth and get their saliva on your hands. However, when people sneeze and cough, oftentimes
saliva or mucus will expel from their orifices.
And I will say that many times like that we've been in the merch line after and we're meeting people and stuff, even when they talk, sometimes a stray spittle lands on my face.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that I don't think that that's
We're just
accurate.
saying in the merch
I'm
line.
saying panic.
Look away. You're saying panic. Just go
Everybody
for it.
panic.
We should
like, go ahead. We're at a 10. Code 10.
Code 10 red. Red, black, whatever code you want to.
Yes.
Oh, why the code got to be black?
Because it's dangerous, like a black man.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. I'm going to put that tattooed on my arm.
Dangerous.
Like a black man.
But so panic, because this is very scary.
Sorry to be so racist.
It's cool, man. You always racist a little bit. That's why I love you.
What? Code 10. It is pretty bad. You have
It's
to admit
really
that.
bad.
So, by the way, people, when you come to see us at our shows, we will be in a bubble. You'll put your hands in 2 gloves through a wall, and then you will shake our hand. I will pass you a DVD signed through a vacuum chamber. As it goes between the box we're in and the outside, it will be disinfected, and when you pick it up, it will be entirely sanitized. So see you at the next show. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared about traveling and everything. Like,
Well, we're going to
kinda
Houston
freaky.
next.
I know. My gosh, I didn't even think about that. We're going to the state.
Yeah, you know, we
This is terrible.
I ain't afraid of no Ebola.
What?
I'm afraid of no
I'm
Ebola.
terrified of Ebola. Let me go on the record of saying I'm terrified of Ebola. Like, I will cry in the fetal position at any hint of Ebola. Like, I'm terrified.
Yeah. We are going to Houston. What weekend is that?
October 23rd
Good.
through the
so
26th?
Good. So it'll be spreading. It'll be spreading from Dallas to Houston by then.
No, stop. You have to. I don't know. I'm thinking like Ebola is this living thing that can hear us talking.
Hey, do you guys mind if I stay home that weekend? I don't, first of all, because, I always meet me a little something, sweetie or something, and I'll take out. And I don't want to be mixing with the population if the population is a little Ebola licious. By the way, I like that phrase, Ebola licious.
I do too. That's
I
why I came
don't.
up with it.
I don't.
It's satirical.
I know.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure you know.
But anything to do with Ebola, I don't like.
Yeah, Ebola's not my favorite either. I will be honest with you. In the top 5 of deadly diseases,
Do you know what I don't get?
Yeah.
They had those 2 people, remember, about a month ago, come back.
flew them back.
And that was when it all started. And those people, they tried the experimental drug on.
And it worked.
And it worked.
Right.
But now we've got Liberian guy in Texas.
He's dying. He's going
dying, and that's what they're saying. He's in serious condition. Like, this is it,
Yeah, they didn't give the black guy the vaccine.
right?
Yeah, that ain't the first time that has happened, by the way. Oh, why do white people seem to have survived? What happened to the black guy? Oh, yeah. We stopped by for lunch, and we got us I got a hoagie, and then what happened was when we got to the hospital, he was dead. We were on the way, but I was feeling a little bit peckish, so I had to get a hoagie.
Here's the thing. I'm ignoring him.
I love that you went and got a hoagie.
I'm in a panic.
Although when you come up with the word peckish, I get a little bit like, I'm impressed.
Oh, you think I'm stupid?
No, I just don't. I don't think I've ever heard you say the word peckish or skadoodle.
Well, I would say skadoodle, but it don't sound right coming out of me.
That is true.
It actually did. So they were saying that even objects that are contaminated by the people that have it,
Yep.
the virus will live on these objects.
Up to 5 days, as long as it's not in direct
Extreme
sunlight.
heat.
Yes, or extreme heat. Yes.
or cleaning products.
Right. So bleach everything. I'm drinking bleach currently right now. A little sick because of that, but it's not as bad as Ebola. Burning a hole in my intestines is not quite as bad as Ebola, because Ebola liquefies your intestines.
Howbeiver, here's another thing. This is what Willie probably does. People need to worry about in general having sex.
Yeah, people need to worry about Willie in general. You just said that's good advice across the board, because I'm in a mood.
I think everybody knows
No,
that.
that's not what she was saying.
It's that they're saying that Ebola is not transmissible if someone is asymptomatic, right?
So you can have Ebola, but not be showing signs of Ebola.
So before or after, cured people or people not, if they're asymptomatic either way, it's not transmissible. However, the virus has been found in semen for up to 3 months.
Oh, man.
How did they test that?
Well, and not only that, but what is wrong with you that you just finished up your Ebola and you're like, yeah, I just had some Ebola for a while. You want to have sex? Kind of feeling kind of horny. Wow.
Every man on the planet.
I just got over Ebola. I think. Okay, so guys, from now on, you have to masturbate for 3 months after you.
Every
cure your
man
Ebola.
on the planet would come out of that, survive it, and the first thing they would think of,
I want to infect somebody with Ebola.
you got to get over it by getting under someone, right? You get over someone by getting under someone.
Is that it?
So I don't know.
That's for women.
No, that's a guy thing. Everybody knows that.
I don't know that.
Oh well, most
I just
people
curl
know
up
that.
and cry.
I know you did, but then most people don't do that.
No, man. It's like, look, it's get over someone by sticking it into someone.
No,
that's how it goes. That's a lot clearer. Then I understand that.
That
Because
is
I got to
not-
think of different positions to get under. What is she writing? What's she doing? Cowgirl? What's she doing exactly?
All right, man. We don't need to turn the podcast from Ebola to this.
Or do we?
No, I don't want to.
Shit just got real.
So, did you know this? That if you look it up on your little thing, that they actually patented a strain of Ebola.
What?
Yep, they patented it. The CDC brought it in, which is another reason they flew those guys in. See, we kept asking. I kept thinking, why the hell would you actually grab two people that have Ebola and bring them to the States? Why would you bring them to Atlanta to cure them? Oh, why not just send the medicine there and cure them? Isolate them in a hospital there and cure them there. Because you have to bring them in because they had to check what strain of Ebola they had.
There's 5 different strains.
And if they had a new mutated strain that was either airborne, and by the way, that's what I read today. I read today there is a strain that is currently airborne. That, yes, it's a pathogen, it's airborne. It can be transferred in small little droplets of spit, anything. It's airborne. So let's just say that. So let's say you bring them back. Well, if you leave them over there and you cure them, then you can't get a sample of the current Ebola strain that they have.
Why?
Because, well, I guess you could, but why would you trust those doctors? If you get a sample over there, then if you get a sample over there legally, then that government can patent it. But if you bring the people back here, you take them to Atlanta at the Center for Disease Control. We want to patent
a strain of Ebola?
They did. Look it up.
For what?
They look at, because if you patent it, then you can actually sell it to drug companies who can make a drug on it, and the government gets a kickback. That's why.
This is welcome to Conspiracy Hour
Read
with
it.
Christopher Titus.
Read it.
This has been a long time.
There is actually a patent. There's a patent number. Look up the patent number for Ebola.
You were gone for a minute,
Look
but
it
now
up.
you're
Let's
back.
read it. Let's read it. Let's read it. Does anyone else find it weird that we flew people with Ebola in, and then just as the Ebola thing breaks out, we let a dude from the worst Ebola hotspot on the planet into the center of the country, and then we let him walk around for 10 or 20 days just as a test? I mean, this may not be the one. This may not be the stand, but I would guarantee you it's a test. I will guarantee you they're watching it real close. And why the fuck hasn't Obama shut down every plane flight from Africa?
By the way, this is probably what happened to Malaysian flight.
Yeah, I will say this about that. I believe this president is not a black man as we wished he was, because he has not shut down any kind of anybody coming in from Africa or hell, for that case, if it was Norway, shut it down, man. Let's just close the borders up for a little while. Let everybody work their Ebola out. That's what I would like to say. Work your Ebola out, then we'll let you back in after 3 months, because we don't want you impregnating anybody with Ebola. Yeah, because AIDS babies bad enough. Ebola babies way worse.
It's an Ebola baby. You gotta stop, man.
I'm just getting started. Yeah.
So look at the patent. See it? See patent number? There's a patent number.
Is there one that just happened?
Nope. It's like 2010.
Okay, I do see that.
Yeah, there's a patent number. What's the patent number?
I don't know, but right next to that is an ad that says "silent parasite warning." It's got a picture of the parasite.
I would like you to read the patent number so people can look it up.
CA 2741523A1.
Okay, that's an actual patent number.
The name of the strain that they have patented, the CDC patented.
Is it Evo Bub?
Ebo Bun, which sounds
Bun.
like, look at my little Ebo Bun. Oh my God.
He's my Ebola baby. I'm named it Ebo Bub.
Oh, who's a good little Ebo Bun?
Who's it? Yeah. I got an Ebo Bun in the oven.
Yes, you are.
It's an Ebola baby. Ebo Bun in the oven.
They patented it. Why?
Oh, look at him bleeding out.
Ew.
That's what happens. It's horrible. And it kills up to 90%. My Armageddon update, I was wrong. It's not 70 to 80%. It kills up to 90% of people infected with it.
Why?
Well, imagine this. You know, there's okay, you want to hear you want to hear the ultimate conspiracy, I believe. I don't believe it because I think it would be impossible. You can't just bomb a bunch of countries and kill a bunch of people, because obviously you can track that back to a country. That country is responsible for the death of the planet. It's responsible for the Armageddon that would follow and the apocalypse. So you can blame somebody. But if you have a weaponized version that is a pathogen that you can actually put in the air, you imagine all the vents we have in every airport and every school, everything like that. Imagine there was a thing that you could actually just let this go so everybody got infected with it. It kills 90% of people who get it. Okay?
Right.
So in a planet of 7 billion and 90% of the population dead, that gives us roughly 700 million people left on the planet. There's been a couple of studies. If you look, there was a guy who wrote, and I think in 2008, 2009, he said that we need to wipe out 90% of the population or the planet will die. That's what he said. And if look it up. And
This
look it up. Look it up. Look, it's a government a doctor.
I looked up. It's on naturalnews.com, and anything with the word natural or organic in it, I totally trust, right?
Yeah,
totally. And this is not even a conspiracy site, and they're talking about what you said,
right.
which means you didn't make it up like I always think you do.
And by the way, I make up a lot of stuff.
You ain't lying,
Yeah.
man. Yo, dude, you made us some stuff about Coca-Cola one time. I didn't have a Coca-Cola for 2 years.
Yeah.
He said it would dissolve a nail.
It will. If you leave a nail hanging in Coca-Cola, do a little test with a plastic cup. You leave a nail.
That's supposed to be a myth, but I mean...
No. You come
oh
back
my
in 2
gosh.
weeks, it will eat a nail.
Settle down, Sparkplug.
Yo, man. We talking about Ebola now, man. Coca-Cola going to eat nail good. Nails should be scared of Coca-Cola.
Maybe they should give Coca-Cola to Ebola patients.
Yeah, we're going to be scared of Ebola. Let the nails be scared of Coca-Cola. You need to shut up, let her talk now. Go ahead, baby.
Okay, thank you. Boo.
Wow. The podcast just got taken over.
Thanks, boo. So they're talking about how there is no medical reason to bring Ebola to the United States. However, the CDC has this patent now, and they're claiming to have invented
Ebola, yeah.
that particular strain of Ebola.
Ebobun.
I invented that.
Yeah, I invented that. I invented it. There's many things I invented. The internet, that was me. Well, I had a typewriter that I connected to a phone line once. It didn't work, but it looked good. And so I invented the internet.
But then somebody else made it work better.
But I invented it. Oh, they fixed it.
I invented a lot of stuff that other people fixed. So they're saying that why then to bring them to the United States? Why are we now bringing people with Ebola when we did not do that before? And they're saying that the patients actually carry valuable intellectual property assets in the form of Ebola variants. They want to. I know, but I can't believe that somewhere else says what you said.
Really? So someone else is just as insane as you. That surprises me.
The CDC wants to expand its patent portfolio by harvesting, studying, and potentially patenting new strains or variants, so they could invent that too.
Right. Well, then you got to remember, worldwide, our drug companies in this country and the medical, imagine if you had patent on all the
medical experiments, military bioweapons.
Yes. Imagine if you had something that was 90 to 95% fatal to everybody. And instead of sending drones, bombs, or a nuclear weapon, what you did was you said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take some crop dusters from Kentucky, and we're going to fly them over Somalia, and we're just going to go psh, and they're going to spray this, and then you got 90% death rate.
Are we going to disable all of their planes and boats and
Somalia? I don't think the Somalian Air Force is pretty heavy duty. Do you? I don't think the Somalian Air Force.
They have a lot of boats.
They're
actually ours.
Yeah, they're.
But they have them in their possession. Like, how are we going to keep them?
They got some remote control airplanes.
The great thing about these let me finish. The great thing about all these things we're talking about is that our government always does everything exactly right. They never make mistakes. That's what's great, is that the United States government always does it exactly like the plans always work out. Every plan that we've ever gone into as a country has worked out perfectly. That's what I love about this whole plan. So now they have this thing that is can kill up to 95%, 90 to 95% of the population, or 90%, and they can use it anytime they want. If you were a country, i.e. Russia, anybody else, and they said, we're going to bomb you, and we went, well, here's the thing. We have some high-altitude planes that you can't get, or we've actually just sent over a couple of spies, and we've pretty much filled all your lakes and all your water, your basically population's water supply, with a pathogen that will kill 90% of you people. You wouldn't even know. Not only that, it would just be a report. People in Russia started getting sick, and 90% of the population slowly died off. What happened? We're trying to help. We're sending aid. On top of that, we could actually...
But really, it's our military pointing guns at them if they try and leave.
Right. Drink your water. Put down that Coca-Cola.
So they're claiming a monopoly.
Yeah, Coca-Cola saved your life at that point.
If they can get all the other strains patented, then they can claim a monopoly on it and charge royalties on all of the vaccines.
Every vaccine.
This is sick. This is so sick.
Yep.
So check this out. Billions of dollars. This is what... And
I'd like to welcome a new person to the Conspiracy Hour. She's Jonah.
And now, let's get down to what America's all about.
There we go. Money, 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 money.
Thank you.
Yeah, sing it, baby.
Money.
Money, 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 money. You know what it is.
Money.
Billions of dollars in profits.
Some people, they got to patent it. Hey, hey, hey.
Jump in, man. I like that.
Shares of Tech Mira surged over 11% last Friday as pressure was placed on the FDA to fast-track Ebola vaccine trials.
Yep.
So now everybody can make money.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually just pointed at you silently and like to go, let's buy this. And I just thought I should point that out. Let's get this.
So people, if you
wait. So people are dying, like, and their organs are being liquefied, and we're all at risk right now, and all that.
Yeah, but Techmira stock, if you own a couple thousand shares of Techmira, can we get some of that stock? Are my eyes red? How much did Techmira go up today? Maybe I can have my last wish before I die. No, because
people with money don't get sick.
That's true. That is true. They already have. I already have my Ebola vaccine.
Where is he, by the way?
I've had it since 1908. Well, I purchased Techmira back in 89, knowing that we would cure AIDS. We held that up because there was a lot of homosexual people that we thought should not be here. But turns out they are quite intelligent, so we fixed it. That's why Magic Johnson has been around. Once we realized people can play basketball, we thought we should cure this. Now, but this Ebola, Ebola, patent number, copyright, trademark. Please do not say it, use it, or use it in a song. But being that I've owned Techmira for quite a while, I have decided that to let the virus out so we can make a killing in the stock market, so to speak. Wow.
Ebo bun. We actually had
BMW Huffing Book has been missed.
We've had some requests for him. People have wondered where he was.
Yo, I don't mind that stupid voice. Some of your stupid voices I don't like, man. Like the retard dude, I don't like them. But I like Huffing Book, man. He's every white dude that he is basically what every black man in his head has of a white dude.
Thank you, and I'm insulted.
Good, then it was perfect.
So now we have this rise of this little-known pharmaceutical company who's come out of nowhere. I wonder who owns that.
Can you look that up? Who owns Techmira?
Bombshell Rae, not attorney at law today.
You know.
Investigative services.
Yes.
At your service. You know what I mean.
End of the world CSI. That's Dick Wolf's new show. Bong! The planet was on fire. So we need to figure out what the hell is going on, because right now it just seems we were watching protests, and it just the world. You know, the Armageddon update was originally started as a satirical poke at how, because the world, I always thought, well, the world's never going to end. All through history, we've all thought it was going to end, and then as we've done the Armageddon update over the years, I have to be honest that there's times I think, holy shit, this is really an Armageddon update. I'm really updating people who are listening that, hey, by the way, whether it's the nuclear clock that got moved 5 minutes closer after Russia went after Ukraine, or whether there's Ebola that was never been out of Africa before, now it is, or the Chinese protests are now going crazy and they're going to start killing people. Do you notice that the Chinese protests were reported on like 2 weeks ago, and then it got real quiet, and then I just saw something today on it. They finally got back. I hate that when my Armageddon updates are actually about a possible Armageddon scenario. It was supposed to be satirical, people. I apologize. Did you find anything about Techmira?
Well, I don't know who they are, but I do find it interesting that the president and CEO and the executive vice president, they're both doctors. Mm-hmm. Of a pharmaceutical company. Let's see. They don't tell you a lot. When you look it up, they don't tell you.
You know what's weird about her, man? When she gets like on something like this, it's like she don't believe nothing up until she get a little bit of fact, and then all of a sudden she goes the other way to a point where, she scared me.
I know, right? Like she goes 100% into it. You go 100% into it. Like I can tell right now. Like next week we'll have a Techmira update.
I'll be picketing.
You will.
You can find me on the corner of 3rd and Weston picketing. Among other things.
Really? You're going to go to 3rd and Western with
Sometimes
him?
I hang out with him when you're not here.
She hang out a little bit to the Western. She try to get, a lot of guys hit on her though. How much, baby? That's what they say, how much, baby?
You don't have to tell him that.
Yo. Well, I don't know. You don't do nothing. You just,
I know, but still, it doesn't make me look very good.
No, it makes you look beautiful. You know, what I always tell those dudes, you can't afford it, and then drive off.
Well, good. At least you're standing up for her. What
sort of
is wrong with him?
I don't know. I don't know. They don't really say.
So what's the possibility? Can you look up something on because I was concerned about how fast could it possibly spread? Because there's a point in our basically our Armageddon correspondent, our bug out correspondent, Reverend Bart, the Reverend said, he said that you got to be careful because people are thinking, oh, they'll contain it. He goes, but there'll be a point of exponential where like 2 people get it, those people talk to 10 people, get it, give it to 10 people, or give it to 4 people, those people give it to 8 people, 16, 32, and there'll be a point if it got out, if it really started transmitting, especially if it's airborne like this, that the CDC is now revising, saying it is airborne, that there'll be a point that it won't matter what kind of hospitals or what kind of vaccines we have because everybody will have it. They won't be able to get to everybody, and we will have mass extinction on the planet. By the way, not to scare everybody, because there's still some good new shows coming out in the fall season. So I just want you to know, if mass extinction is coming, at least we'll get the first 4 or 5 episodes of Mulaney. Don't forget to watch Mulaney on, I think it's tonight.
Oh, yeah. John Mulaney show with Martin Short.
Very funny. I don't know John Mulaney, by the way, but I love his comedy. Watch him. Martin Short's on it. Martin Short. Actually, Rachel did a photo shoot with Martin Short.
Yeah, super nice guy.
Yeah.
Really nice. And we actually did our makeup together.
This is good.
I mean, someone else did our makeup.
Right. Okay,
we were
Thank you.
going to do our makeup together.
Yeah,
super nice guy.
He's tiny, huh? He's short.
He's really little, but he's really smart. And because of the podcast, I forget what was in the news then. It was something big. And I can't think of what it was right now, but we ended up sitting there the whole time because, we're both facing the mirror next to each other and doing our hair and makeup. And the whole time we talked about whatever it was. And I only knew it because of the podcast. We had just done a podcast on it.
Right.
And I threw that in. I was like, well, I'm on the Titus podcast.
He was probably shocked.
He was like, no.
Yeah, right, yeah. No, what? He said what?
Who?
He probably shocked that you, as pretty as you are, that you actually knew, like you were like cracking off facts.
People think I'm stupid. A lot.
And I think it's an
sometimes
advantage.
Even after I talk.
I gotta say this. I gotta say this. There is something about, because of the way you look, there is an expectation.
Yeah, I know what people talk.
No.
I know what you're talking about. No, I'm talking about being a black man. Sometimes people just make a judgment call the way you look. You walk up to you cross the street, someone lock their doors. You're like, man, wow, white lady, I wasn't gonna rob you, but now that you lock your doors, I'm offended. Now I'm gonna rob you.
Okay, that makes no sense whatsoever, but okay. But people think that you are, you're just a hair flipper. You're just a really hot girl. And why would hot girls spend any time doing anything?
That's a word that I made up, so people don't know what you mean when you say that.
Okay, everybody listening right now.
Girls probably know.
I say hot girl and I say hair flipper, every guy on the planet knows exactly what I'm talking about. Vacuous, empty-headed hair flipper. I was doing a show at the Melrose Improv, and I was doing Here's How Life Goes. By the way, we filmed the special. By the way, people, special's filmed. It came out great, but so it'll be out pretty quick. But there was a girl sitting in the front row, and she was one of those Hollywood actress types, just staring at me like, yeah, whatever. He's not talking about his penis. I don't like this guy. So I'm doing this bit about how our looks are going to end, and I went right to her, and I went 2 inches from her face, and I go, enjoy the pretty now, because one day you won't have it, and you'll never get it back. And the crowd went nuts, and she looked at me with horror. Her face just had horror on it, and I felt so good.
That's her whole identity. Hair flippers. The reason I said that originally was because it was about one person specifically, but it's people that cannot be. They're not comfortable in their own skins. The whole time you're talking to them, they have to flip their hair like back and forth,
or pull their shirt, or check. Yeah,
hey, I flip my hair back and forth. I just thought about that.
Yeah, man. I wish, as a black man, please never bring that song up again.
I know.
That's offensive to pretty much every race of people ever get. Will Smith need to get whipped for letting his daughter release that song, man. That's a horrible song. Horrible.
With a whip made of hair.
Wow.
Last night we celebrated your birthday.
World. Yes.
It was actually closer to my birthday, but we celebrated your birthday.
And your birthday too.
And we went for go-kart racing.
Yay,
because it's your favorite thing ever. And the girl that was the party host that we ended up with was a hair flipper. That's a perfect example. She was so stupid. She was the dumbest human being. Like that, she's made it this far. I'm proud of that place for hiring her and giving her a place to go so her parents have a break. Wow.
She's made it this far. That's why I think we need Armageddon Day, because that's a perfect example. How many people, and Willie too, how many people in your community, in the world, do we all walk through life and go, man, how did this person make it this far? There's a list, and there's a daily. You could probably sit down every week and make a list of people that you meet that you go, how did that person make it this far?
Yeah, man. People, there's a lot of stupid people that you know what. That's why this Ebola thing, if it does work, it's going to clear out some space. You know, rent's going to go down.
Watch, it'll be all the smart people that get it though, because all the smart people are trying to cure it or help the people that have it.
No, smart people. No, that's not smart.
Dumb people, they'll thrive and live forever.
They'll go into caves, just hide. Ugh.
Well, they're busy in their parents' basement. It's like
Yeah,
they're not leaving.
I just did a 42-hour Halo marathon.
They don't need to go to the gym.
Why is everybody dead?
Right, there you go. That's who's going to be left on our planet.
Oh, please don't say that. I don't want to do it. So
and I feel like parents, like just as a PSA, and you and I have talked about this, if one of your kids, and one in particular, like if for some reason that person doesn't end up being mildly intelligent, and it's a possibility, you don't know, we've both said that before that child leaves the house, that child, we are going to make sure that he or she is excellent at a skill. There's going to be something hands-on that we are going to teach them that they are excellent at.
Right. You will be able to make Amish benches or
whatever
something well.
It is.
You'll to make a living.
So
That's right.
give them a skill. Make them like that girl last night. Nothing. Like
no,
nothing.
Parents never sat her down.
No.
They never. No. She doesn't know how to sew.
No.
She could have made 300 scarves, sold them for $20 a piece.
There you go.
There you go. She made some money.
Don't send them out in the world willy nilly.
No, because they're going to come back. See, besides them, you love them and your kids. But the other thing is that they're going to come back, and you're going to end up paying for them anyway, and they're going to be adults, and you're going to really hate them. Really hate them.
Right.
I think you should just rent their room out. If they come back, if your kids come back at 21, just, one day while they're gone doing whatever they're doing, not making money and letting you pay their bills, just rent their room out. Just come back, put it on a Craigslist, come back, there's some dude. Hey, I'm Phil. Yeah, what do? I'm a drifter, but I decided to lock it down for a couple months.
Sweet. Can you knit scarves, Phil?
You mean you give me a skill? God, if you give me a skill, I could actually live a life.
You're in.
Yeah, my kid's an idiot, so I'm going to give you a skill. Is there anything to do about Ebola? What do we do?
I'm going. Yeah, here's what you do. You go to the mountains and hide and cry.
That's it. Is that
That's actually on the CDC website.
Run. If Ebola's in your town, run. That's all it says.
Right, and right underneath that it says or street.
A lot of street.
Don't go anywhere. Just street.
Plastics on the window. Street.
Like just do that for a while. Don't touch people. Don't get like. I think we should all start wearing face masks. I think like Japan is onto something here.
Yeah, they were way ahead of the curve on that, huh? The face mask thing. I used to think I'd see those people in the airport. I see Japanese people in the airports wearing face masks. Like, you guys are idiots. Now I'm like, hey, you have an extra one of those? I
get spit on in public. Sometimes it happens.
I told you got to rewrite your jokes.
That's so stupid. You need to rewrite that joke because that's your hack. You did that last night at the table in front of everyone, and it killed. And you're like, I'm going to use this again.
Using this joke. The podcast doesn't know that. The first time now they laugh first, and they thought, oh, he already used that joke. Well, shut up.
But here I am.
I don't like you insulting her, man. I gotta be honest. I don't like it. Like I said, she's really funny.
There's a lot of spittle free floating around.
Yeah, sometimes people be like, we'll be at the show, your shows. I watch you shake hands with somebody who's been wiping their hand on their pants like they sweaty or something and they can't get it all. Like
what? Okay. What?
They some slimy people.
I have a
out
question.
There, man.
What about
know, right?
You know how men hold their penises to pee?
Yes.
I guess that's correct. I guess.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we've both held our penises with feet. I mean, I never held his penis,
and I have never held his penis.
Yeah, but we've held ourselves penis.
What?
Our own penis. That's what I meant to say.
That's right.
We hold Titus podcast. We hold ourselves penis.
Well, I don't believe that's funny. But when you saw that's a personal relationship, how you hold your penis. So maybe you should bring it up on the air.
I agree 100%.
Okay, so here's my point. So, especially, even when you're not drunk, like guys all the time, like you have pee on your pants and like you're all just hot messes,
I love that your vaginas don't leak at all. You know how you...
No, I just mean like, you kind of free flow with the pee and all that stuff.
What are you talking about?
And then you come out, so especially drunk people at a theater or a club, and then you come out and you have pee on your hand and you have Ebola and then you shake someone's hand.
Yeah, that would be P-bola.
And then I wipe my eye, and now I have Ebola, right?
Well, if you already know people have pee on their hand without the Ebola, why would you wipe your eye? If you know that, if you're pretty much aware of that's the thing, shouldn't your base level be, well, you just pee, I can wipe my eye. But if it's Ebola pee, I can't wipe my eye. So how about this? Maybe you should just not wipe your eye until after you use some hand sanitizer or wash your hands.
Does it have to go? It has to go liquid to liquid.
It just has to be liquid on your skin.
Oh well, look, I don't even have to wipe my eye.
Right.
You Ebola pee
With someone else's pee.
You Ebola pee.
I'm not going to Ebola pee on anybody.
And then you wipe your
Yo,
Ebola
man, when
pee
did
on
she
my
start
hand.
talking about Ebola pee? What happened?
Yeah, I don't even know where you get all
right?
this.
And also, I should say I don't have Ebola. I just want to preface this by saying I don't have Ebola that I know of. But I oftentimes
We
find
don't have
myself...
Ebola so far.
So far.
Okay.
But I oftentimes I'm in the middle of jokes and I'm on stage and I'm in my second or third actor mind watching spit fly out of my... Like, do you do that? Don't you see it sometimes?
I've actually said things. I go, dude, did you just spit on me? You just spit on me. Oh, I'm sorry, man. They get and they
No,
they get
when
really
you're
upset.
performing.
Oh, on the front row?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the front
I
row
had
gets
Ebola,
showered.
if I had Ebola in the last 3-4 weeks, the front row would just be dead. Everybody who's in my show for the last 6 weeks, and it's not even my fault. I always perform full out, like at a Bruce Springsteen show, the front row at a Bruce Springsteen show. The way he sweats and stuff.
Ugh.
If it's Springsteen Ebola, man, done. He's killing thousands of people every show.
By the way, brilliant idea. If it's really this conspiracy and they want to take out a bunch of people, give it to Bruce Springsteen. Then cure him before he dies.
Yeah, please, because it's Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
But he actually does crowd surfing now, and he's all sweaty, so they could go all the way to the back.
First song is dripping sweat off of his arms and everything. It's crazy.
The boy works hard. He's amazing. All right. Well, I will say this about the whole Ebola incident. I think that we have been stupid as a country. I think our government is either part of the conspiracy or just so inept that it's unbelievable. And the elections are coming up in November, guys, for Congress. Do me a favor. Vote them all out. I'm not just talking about Republicans. I'm not just talking about Democrats. I'm talking about if there is an incumbent in your area, the person that has been there, it's their fault. I don't care where you live, what district you're in, whoever is currently in office needs to go. And you can say, well, my guy's okay. No, he's not, because if that would mean everybody's guy is okay, and if that was the case, our country would be as fucked up as it is. So do me a favor. This year when you have the balls, and don't just avoid it either, I'm going to go vote. In November 14th, I believe it is. I want you guys going to the polls, and I don't even care who it is. Well, that guy doesn't have experience. He's new. Exactly. If we took everybody out one time, let's do vote Ebola and get rid of everybody currently in office. If we got rid of everybody in office, Democrats and Republicans, the next group would be like, holy shit, they got smart and voted all the bad blood out. Now, these new guys better do their job or we're going to take them out in 2 years. So have some balls, America, and vote them all out. I'm Christopher Titus, and I fucking approve this ad.
You said fuck.
I'm sorry. I'm mad. I'm really mad. You know what's sad about this country? People get really...
That's going to be cut because we don't take ads.
It's true. I didn't pay for anything. So, yeah, that's a good point. Nice, by the way. What bothers me at the country is everybody talks about how bad the government is. And they don't even... And instead of going, wow, Mitch McConnell really is a raging douchebag, they go, well, I'm a Republican, so I think he's good. He's fine. He's not letting Obama do what he wants to do. And I'm like, okay... He's inept and stupid, and Boehner's worse. And then you've got Harry Reid, who's also out of his mind. Harry Reid's losing his brain cells. And you've got all these guys that are just horrible. They're horrible, rich white men who need to go.
Amen to that. Now, I got nothing to say. Now, that's the best he ever did.
I'm tired of
That
pale,
is the best you ever did.
pink, ineffectual, effeminate,
Who didn't serve.
limp-wristed.
Yep.
Like anyone that has those weird, soft, creepy pink hands, vote them out.
You just described Mitch McConnell.
I know.
And what's the other guy with McCain? Lindsey Graham.
All of them. Those guys.
You are not a leader. You guys aren't leaders in any sense. We have some guys coming back that fought in Iraq, that fought in Afghanistan. We have a whole group of leaders coming in. If you have a soldier that came back from one of those wars and understands what it's like to be up against people and fight and actually put something on the line, put that guy in, even if he has no experience whatsoever, because I'll guarantee you the system will make him get experience quick. Here's my thing. I'm going to say it again. Vote them all out. 2014. I'm Christopher Titus.
The Titus Podcast is not approved, nor does it endorse this ad by Christopher Titus.
Vote them all out. Vote them all out, America. Brought to you by Christopher Titus. All right, guys.
I think if you can't work on a tranny, or build a porch.
Okay, transmission you meant. You didn't mean be a plastic surgeon that works on a tranny.
No, they can't. Well, a lot of them do work on trannies.
If you can't build a transmission...
That's working a tranny over.
If you don't know how to change a tire, you have
Instead
no
of working
business.
a tranny over, they should
Right.
be able to build a transmission.
There you go, perfect.
Then they wouldn't have those weird pink, cold, soft hands.
Yeah, man. These guys, man. Like, here's the thing, man.
I hate men that buff their nails too.
You know, these people don't know work, man. They had life where they do the buff his nail, bend
hate
down.
that.
Oh, dude.
I hate that.
Like, dude,
the shiny nails.
Yeah, man. What did you do, man?
Like, who has time to buff their nails?
How do you got time to do that?
They're just light too, man. They're just light. You know, we have a whole, and these rich white men that run the country right now need to go. And I actually honestly want to say right this, and don't get pissed, man. But I think the black guy, I'm ready for him to go too now. He has not stepped up in the way I thought he would. He has not made quick decisions. He has not made strong decisions. He's made half-assed decisions and then tried to be political about it, trying to get ready for Hillary. They're trying to make it okay for Hillary. Now, I will say this, unemployment dropped below 6%. You know, the GOP's growing. But at the end of the day, I wish this guy was a stronger
I would like
leader.
to say the thing that I called.
I will say that too. I will say I wish this dude, because you know, look, you got 2 years left. Go crazy, go batshit crazy, man. Just vaporize ISIS. Just do it, like send everybody one time. Clean up Iraq, heal your country back. Anybody else show up again? We ain't heard shit from Pakistan in a while. You know why? Because we droned the shit out of them. That's what happened.
Chris Christie, Hillary Clinton. It's happening. This is happening this year.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Well,
it's not this year. It's next year.
Although Romney said he's going to run too.
Oh my gosh. Why?
Because politicians more than actors or comedians.
He has to stop.
Are
Okay.
so much
He just has to stop.
narcissistic.
Like if you're a man and you use Aquanet, you buff your nails, you're out. You're just out. No more. I'm tired of that.
All right. Again, vote them all out 2014. All right. And now, from across the world, from sea to shining sea, continent to continent, and sometimes space, it's Bombshell Rae with the Bombshell News.
Potato found growing in woman's vagina after she
Whoa.
used it as contraception.
I used to date her, man.
Potato?
She liked French fries a lot.
Oh, the girl.
Yeah.
Oh. What?
Did she say a potato?
Actually, you would like French fries if you dated her. She is Colombian. She started complaining of abdominal pains and shocked the doctors when they went all up in that to find out what was wrong with her. She had used a potato
Is that
as
the medical procedure? They went up all in that?
Yeah, that's from her chart. She used a potato as a form of contraception. She put it in there, and the vegetable sprouted roots that started to grow inside her reproductive organs.
Oh, my.
22 years
God.
old.
Wow.
Her mother told her
She's fertile, very fertile.
if she didn't want to get pregnant, she should put a potato up there.
Thanks, Mom.
Obviously, the mom was like one of those really funny, snarky people, you know, like not thinking. But see, there's a prime example. She should have taught this girl a skill.
Right.
She's obviously a complete moron.
Well, she knows a little bit about farming now.
She does, actually, how to sprout seedlings.
She knows a little bit about it.
First, you take the seedling.
Bringing something to harvest. She knows a little bit. Ha.
That's the grossest thing I ever seen in my life, ever heard in my life. Damn.
It's not the grossest. We've had way
That's
worse
true.
on here.
Really? Someone growing a potato out of the vagina? Really? That's really? We've had worse than that? Pretty much, I would say top 10.
Remember that guy that liquefied in his recliner?
Okay. Okay. All right. That's the one. Okay. You went to top 5 on me, but okay.
Okay. Well, you're welcome. Man fires into neighbor's home, says that he was just unloading his gun. This is in Pennsylvania.
Hey.
PA.
Agent Pink Squashy.
Straight up into PA.
Yo.
Police in Pennsylvania say that this man is accused of shooting a bullet through his neighbor's window. He told the judge he fired the gun because it's the only way he knows how to unload it. Which actually is unloading it. He's unloading. It's unloading.
Yeah, technically he's correct.
He's ejecting it forcibly out of
right out of the front of
out
it.
of the shooty hole.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the guy should get a little more instruction. Out of the
That's
shit.
another moron. Hey, I was just ejecting it out of the shooty hole. Oh, the judge is like, oh, shit.
And another reason we need some sort of gun laws. If you ever use the word shooty hole on a test, if you on a multiple choice, if you check shooty hole, where does the bullet come out of? A, the barrel. The back,
B.
the stock, or the shooty hole?
The muzzle. The shooty hole.
You know, sometimes you guys laugh, and I'm not sure why you're laughing. Neither are we.
Because we amuse ourselves sometimes.
Right.
And sometimes that's all we have. Actually, most of the time, that's all we have. A man has been accused of trading stolen $160,000 diamond for $20 worth of weed. I think Willie knows this guy. He's a former UPS employee.
I would never hang out with an idiot like that.
A former
Damn.
UPS employee in Arizona is
That dude needs
accused
to get
of
some pain from the shooty hole.
he stole a package. That's why he no longer works at UPS. The package contained a $160,000 diamond.
Who? That guy needs to go too. He sent a diamond, $160,000
Well, it's probably
diamond through
UPS insured, all that, right?
Oh my God.
Because like when my engagement ring had to get fixed, they FedEx it or UPS it to New York to fix it.
Yeah, but that's Tiffany's. So they I'm sure Tiffany's has a mob. Trust me. I'm sure.
I feel like Tiffany's has a little guy in a tweed blazer and one of those little
And walks it
hats
in.
with the little tie on top.
Yeah, but
where
he's
the
also
button
carrying.
is.
He's also packing.
And he walks from Los Angeles. No, he's in a carriage.
A carriage to the airplane to a private jet, and then they fly the ring across.
Oh no, he was in a carriage all the way to New York. I didn't have him on a plane. I get my ring back in 72 years.
Yeah, exactly. We had a little problem crossing the Cascades, but we got it to you. I had to eat the driver. We almost died in the woods.
And that's why Tiffany's is the best.
Right, exactly. And that's why they're number one.
It's literally blood diamonds. So he traded it for $20 worth of weed.
Oh, man.
He thought it contained cash, I guess because it was...
Insured for so much.
Right. He thought it had cash in it. He took it, and he got 2 joints of marijuana for it.
And then how did they find it? The guy tried to pawn the diamond.
He probably, yeah.
Because diamonds have
But
a mark.
also the guy that worked at UPS that was transporting the package that disappeared and left his truck on the corner of 3rd and Western, I'm sure, tipped them off.
I just want to be very clear, that truck was not on the corner of 3rd and Western. It was 4th and Fairfield, and I had nothing to do with it. And I did not open the door.
What?
How do you know where the truck was?
I don't know what the truck was, which is why I stated it on the record.
I would like to say that racism is alive and well, even in Ohio.
Yeah, I don't think we have any question about it. Will, you got any question about that?
No, racism alive pretty much every block you on. But go ahead.
Probably I would say in what's the one that we hate?
Missouri, Mississippi,
no,
Alabama?
Ohio.
Oh, not Cleveland.
No,
not Trenton. Oh, it's not Trenton.
You know the
it's
one?
not Trenton, New Jersey. I'm thinking of it starts with a T.
Toledo.
I try to block it out.
I know, me
that
too.
was one of the worst comedy weeks. I try to block it out.
Yeah. So
Talk about people who
you
who
try to
use
block
the word
it out.
shooty hole,
I was on stage when the fire alarm went off.
and they couldn't turn it off. That was great. She starts. This is great, people. So Bombshell's on stage doing her set, and it's going Toledo. Let's just say, how'd it go? Toledo.
No, it was pretty good. It was early.
Yeah, that was also like.
It was right at the beginning too.
Yeah. So and it starts going. They can't. Nobody there knows how to turn the alarm off, and it goes on for 20 minutes.
But it's not a quiet alarm.
No, it's but open. The whole room, all the lights are flashing.
Yeah.
Bombshell keeps doing her jokes at one point. She just started doing her jokes between as best she could.
I would, in between the loud beep, I'd do a setup and then beep, punchline. I didn't at first. At first, I was making jokes about it, and when it didn't quit, I decided I'm going to earn my money and make you go deal with it.
There you go.
But I know I got to do my
job.
do my
and
work.
I'm proud of you for that. We're all proud of you.
Thank
for that.
you.
I met a nice girl in Toledo, man. She was good.
We don't want to know.
No.
I don't want to know. Do we want to know?
No,
No, let me tell you about me. She still write me letters, man. She sent me cookies.
she can't write.
Wow, that was mean.
I met her. Did you meet her?
I heard you talk about her.
There you go.
That's all.
She was not a pleasant person.
Yeah, you didn't spend all that time with her. She was okay. I would say this: parts of her were pleasant,
Oh my
and
god.
she did not have a potato.
Oh my
Dude.
Why? Ohio woman has now sued a Chicago area sperm bank after she became pregnant with sperm, which she later found out was donated by a black man instead of a white man, as she and her partner had intended.
I like that she had to do a lawsuit. Like this baby is black. I'm suing.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
how
terrible?
much damage is that for the kid?
And it's
too?
like the prettiest little girl ever. Like she's really, really pretty and sweet and little, and she's wearing a shirt with an ice cream cone on it.
I read
And now
something
her big claim to fame is that her mother is suing
because she's the wrong color.
Resbo.
I got it. Yeah, it's two lesbians, right? I read
Yeah.
this. Here's the biggest problem with this: is you think that lesbians are how open-minded they are, and they want the world to be open-minded, no racism, and imagine the oppression that lesbians deal with. She has a black
It's very
kid,
funny.
and the irony that she's actually
I will
suing
not
'cause they-
stand for this.
Yeah, you guys got to accept everybody. You accept everybody. If I love her and she loves me, then we should be together.
We're all
Our
the
kid
same.
is black. Fuck that. No, hold on. I need a lawyer. And some legal advice.
She's only suing to make sure that they don't make the same mistake again.
Oh, my God.
She actually applied for number 380, and she got number 330.
Oh, damn. So you got
And I feel like that sperm bank employee is very much like our go-kart track birthday host employee last night.
Yeah, is that a 3 or 8? That's a question in the back room. Is that a 3 or 8? I don't know, man. Make it a 3.
Put it in there.
Yeah, they lesbians anyway. What the hell?
Right. They should just be happy to have a kid.
They're lesbians. They're going to be happy with whatever they got.
Right.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's hilarious.
They said that they do love their daughter Peyton very much.
Except for the lawsuit.
But they're worried about raising her in the predominantly white community where they live.
I read a little bit about this. Here's the reality of this, and let me to all you PC a-holes out there who actually believe that everybody's special and everything up until it deals with your life. Once it encroaches on your life, all of a sudden you get offended by it. These women tried to couch it in saying that, well, we didn't understand of the pressure and the oppression that having a black kid and what we're going to have to deal with. So they were upset that their lives were a little bit thrown off balance because their kid doesn't look like them. It's not a little perfect white kid. It's a little perfect black kid. And they're like, and so now in their little community, they're like, well, why do you have a black kid? Why are you bringing a black kid in? Hey, and black kids get dealing with oppression and stuff. And instead of just going, hey, you're two lesbians, probably more able to deal with oppression better than anybody.
What better parent for
Right.
this child?
Instead, you dickheads, you actually sued. By the way, someone made a big mistake, obviously, and maybe you could sue the thing. And for, I don't know why, though. I mean, what would you sue for?
I don't know. I don't get it. I think it's crap.
Yeah.
I think it's crabbity crap.
I like when you guys get like pro-black. You guys are both pro-black. Pretty good. I like that you're pro-black.
You're an idiot.
Dude, I'm pro-human. I'm not
Right.
pro-black. Morgan Freeman says something great on 60 Minutes. Mike Wallace or whatever. was talking
Which you
about.
told all of our black friends last night.
I did last night.
Hey guys, I heard this really great thing about black people that another black man said. Let me tell you all about
I
it.
joked about that too. I said, if a white guy says it, I just go, oh, you're just trying to feel better about slavery. If Morgan Freeman said, I said, I want all the black people to hear this. He said that Mike Wallace, being a black man, he stopped him and he was like, no. He goes, no. He goes, how about you don't call me a black man? I'm gonna call you a white man. Why don't we just all be men? And I was like, wow, cool. And he had that Morgan Freeman face. Because he's God. Morgan Freeman has played God a couple times in The President. And you see that Morgan Freeman face, you're like, I believe you. And then he goes and sleeps with a 19-year-old girl.
Right.
That's not the point.
No.
The point is that he's Morgan Freeman.
Right. He's rich, and that's what matters.
He's rich, and that's what
Which means he has a lot of power.
Thanks for breaking it down to exactly what I meant.
You're welcome. A guy named Leo Bonten he had his leg amputated.
You really said that? Morgan Freeman really said that?
Oh my God.
Yes, he really said that.
Hell yeah. You know what? I take back what I said. You guys are not pro-black people.
You
are
actually
pro-people.
told that so we get picked up last night because our friends we surprised you. And our friends
It's my birthday.
wanted to surprise you
Yep.
by picking us up because no one in LA picks you up ever.
No.
I don't think it's ever happened since I've lived here in 8 years.
But you told me it wasn't them. You said it was
We were
somebody else.
surprising you. And Bay, Mahogany's husband, told me to tell you that it was a driver coming to get you, and his name was Rufus. And so
When you said that, I said Rufus. Because we go with this company, they're Armenian, and they're really great. And there's no one on the roster named Rufus.
But you needed to know the whole time I was texting them and they were laughing and I was telling them that you were getting angry that Rufus was late and all this. Well, anyway, as soon as we get in the car with 3 other black people, we're in the car. Within 5 minutes, you told that Morgan Freeman story. It was very cute.
It was actually on the way home.
Oh, I was drunk. Was
yeah,
it?
You're drinking.
Oh,
I was on the way home.
it all ran together.
But I will say this. That they are the best people in the world. I love our friends. All of our friends. Mark, Kimo, everybody.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite, man.
I just thought this is awkward.
I don't like to go-kart race at all, man. Thanks for the invite to your birthday party, man.
Well, dude, we take you on the road and you disappear. You're gone. Like we had a show Friday night, and you're before half of the show's over, you're gone. You've met somebody or on the town.
Look, I set up the microphone. I do what I do, and then I leave. That's my job. Make sure you guys get there safe. Make sure nobody.
Would you
mess
have
with
come last night?
Yeah, would you have made it to go-kart track with us?
Nah, man, I was busy Saturday, man. I had some shit to do. I would like to have been asked, though. That's all I would say.
Did you just say ask?
I would like to have been asked.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh,
what
did I
thought
say
you
it
said.
wrong? I apologize.
Leo Bonton had
You
his
racist.
No,
She is not racist.
Would you shut up?
You always say axe.
Leo Bonton has his amputated leg turned into a lamp, and has tried to. He has tried to sell it on the eBay.
Real leg.
Yes, he's a Dutch man. He lost his leg after an accident. He had the amputated limb preserved and turned into a lamp,
Like
and then he tried to
taxidermy.
sell it on eBay. The online auctioneer eBay has already pulled the listing, saying it violates a rule against the sale of body parts.
It's not a body part. It's a lamp. Now, if honestly it cannot turn on, then it is a body part.
It works.
If you click it on and light comes out of it, it is no longer a body part. It's now a lamp, officially.
Oh, it's disgusting. He tried to sell it for 100,000 euros, which is almost $127,000.
Does it have a good shoe on it?
It's really disgusting.
Really?
It's
not-
got a flip-flop on. It's preserved in formaldehyde, and
Wait,
it's
there's no pant leg on
can't.
it? Oh, you can't
They
even show it
show
to
a
me?
picture of him next to it in bed with no leg.
Hold on, let me see this.
Oh, it makes my stomach is turning.
It's a fleshy, ugly leg.
It's a Dutch leg. It's very
It's
Dutch.
a very,
I will
very
say that.
tasty Dutch leg.
Yo, that's a white man. You don't need to put no light on that leg. You could just reflect light off that leg.
It's disgusting.
God, you got to end on that one.
Someone actually sent me. I had a bunch of good ones this week. We have to say, douche correspondent Ashley Cashman sent in some really good ones. So
Douche correspondent is phenomenal, by the way. And I got to say this: thanks for all the help at the show. We filmed our special. All our friends came out and helped it. Combustion Films got its second special in the can, and Ace and the crew, and Chemo, and by the way, people, the special Mark. We built the sets. It's so cool to have our own production company now. And so when it comes out, people, I'll be editing it next week. I'm filming some more episodes of Pornography this week, and then next week I'll be editing it, and then we should have it on the shelves pretty quick. Actually, you'll be able to order the special. Do me a favor, hit me on the podcast on my website contact form, and tell me if you guys want a digital download. It's almost a 2-hour show. If you want a digital download for $9, or if you just want me to just put out DVDs, DVDs will be $20. Just let me know. All right. But the Angry Pursuit of Happiness, man, going to come out. Woohoo!
when's it coming out?
It will be out. It will be done. You'll be able to order it for Christmas on November 1st.
By the bee.
It will be shipping on November 15th.
Go to ChristopherTitus.com in the meantime and click on the Amazon link. Anything you buy on Amazon. Doesn't cost you anything, helps us out a little
Christmas is coming up, and I know you're
What
all going to
is?
go to Christmas.
Okay.
Christmas is coming up. I know you guys going to Amazon, and do me a favor, make the Christopher Titus homepage your homepage, because we don't take ads. We've done a couple, and it makes me sick every time we've done it, and so we don't take ads anymore. And our numbers are going up. We're almost at 3 million downloads now, and the whole thing of podcasting was to not take ads, to not turn it into radio, to do what we wanted to do. And what's happened is it's just become another version of radio. We don't want to do that. So to help us out, to pay for get the mics on, the new computer stuff we got to do, all the production we have to do, just put it on your page, Christopher Titus page, and click through the Amazon link on the website page, and it doesn't cost you anything. And you go through Amazon, and we get a little chunk, a little tasty taste.
We get a whisper.
We get a whisper,
A whisper
very,
of
very
change.
whisper.
Or if you're coming by 3rd and Western, sometimes you just want to stop by. I'm going into Ricky's Cubano sandwiches bar. I'm usually inside having a Cubano. Come on in.
What?
Yeah, what is that? What is it? Like a Cuban sandwich?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's good, man. I don't know how you deciphered that when I said Cubano sandwich, but yeah, that's what it is.
Wow, that was sarcasm. Thanks, Billy. What a dick.
Yeah, it's kind of a dick. By the way, there's a nude Olympics going on in San Francisco if anybody's free. Really free. Really,
Yeah.
really free.
You know, the thing about nudists is people that decide to go nude, they're usually really not. They're not going to be in Maxim or in health and fitness magazines. They're going to be. They're usually.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be naked.
No.
There's a point you shouldn't be naked. And a mirror will tell you that. A mirror will let you know exactly if
Can
you
we
should be.
talk about these diaper shorts, these denim shorts that young girls are wearing, the
No.
ones that are they're high-waisted denim shorts?
Yes.
And they're cut in a V across their butts.
Right?
Like, I'm fine with it. If you want your arse to hang out, I'm fine with it. But do some freaking lunges, for God's sakes, from me, who always ends up behind you in the mall when you're trying to get to crap 2-story. What's the name of that place? Like, how do you fill 2 stories with crap?
What's
What is
supposed to
it?
be
Not H&M, the other one. The crap. It's like wet seal or
Yeah, right.
it's all that. It's awful. Like polyester nightmare. It's like that's what I have nightmares about
Forever
when I wake up.
21.
Whatever. There it is. And no, you're not. No, none of you are. No one that's shopping in there
No, you're
is and never will be. Those are all 50-year-old women in LA whose faces don't move. Like, no, you're not.
By the way, if you 50 and you're shopping at Forever 21, we will be in Houston in a couple weeks. I will be there. If you see me early before the show, I'm going to hang out.
Just because
Dude,
it says it on the
seriously?
bag,
Yeah.
it doesn't make it true.
And by the way, do those lunges too, because Ebola's coming, and we hear it hates lunges.
Well, our friend who's a comedian last night that came, she told me that she said that she was reading that the best way, because she travels too, the best way to fight Ebola, and I thought this was a little thin, a little flimsy,
Right.
was to work out and eat oranges and drink a lot of water.
Yeah, so there was something else said that about diet and stop eating anything that's processed. There was something about that. I read that.
Well, what about workers that work in a factory that spit on your food?
Okay, that's one more little piece of fear for the Ebola scare that's currently raging through the country. Thanks for listening, guys. This is Titus Podcast. We had a good time today.
We
Thanks.
did. Make
Good
sure you
time.
come and see us in H-Town, October 23rd through
Houston,
the 26th.
October 23rd. By the way,
Improv.
I'm sure there'll be tickets available because there'll be a lot of people dead from the Ebola scare that's in nearby Dallas.
November 7th.
Right.
Carolina Theater in Durham, holy crap, North Carolina.
Durham, North Carolina.
Raleigh, Durham, the Carolina Theater,
Right.
November 7th, Friday. On Saturday, Charleston, South Carolina, Meminger Auditorium.
Woohoo!
And on Sunday, Charlotte, North Carolina, the McGlohon.
Yeah, so,
McGlohon.
I think I pulled my McGlohon.
It's at Spirit Square. So the McGlohon
So
at
I want you guys
Spirit
to know
Square.
something. I'll be doing Angry Pursuit of Happiness, but I've started writing the new stuff. So when you go to those shows, guess what? At the end, we will bring out the new material. We'll do a little bit of new stuff. I'll be breaking in the new stuff too.
We'll be in hazmat suits.
Yes, we will be.
And no Ebola peeing.
No Ebola peeing and shaking her head. Or at least come up with the Ebola pee hand sanitizer. All right, guys. I'm Christopher Titus. This is the Titus Podcast for myself, the lovely Bombshell Rae, and Willie Jello Johnson. Later.
Peace out.
Jello, people. Jello.
Oh my gosh! Like you can't just keep
Why are
adding.
you just gonna
It's
keep
not
making
getting better.
it longer? Why are you doing it?
Hey, man, I need to say what I say. Like, you guys give me hand signals all the time, so I'm quiet half the time.
Short,
Like,
sweet, to the point.
Jello.
Perfect.